Well, good morning once again with Habits for Healthy Lifestyle. Well, here at Habits for Healthy Lifestyle, on Wednesdays is our Wellness Wednesdays. Okay, and that's the day when we talk about something that's great for our health on this journey to a healthier lifestyle. Well, we know that here in Habits for Healthy Lifestyle, we focus on the food we eat, the air we breathe, the water we drink. Also, we focus on the exercise that we get as well. That's part of that healthier lifestyle. Don't forget to sleep and all that good stuff there. But today, we're going to talk about the air we breathe. Now, we know that here in the South, we are so happy. And when we say, thank God for the rain, we really mean it. Okay? And one of the reasons for that is because we have something that you don't see much of down there in up in those northern states. Okay? And it's that yellow fog stuff that we call pollen. Okay? That's when our pine trees get the budding and everything. It's right when we jumping into spring. So we got those pine trees and we have also the oak trees. They give off the tassels, and what happens with that, it gives off pollen, and then it be just like yellow. You can wash your car at night, you get up in the morning to go somewhere, go to work, to church, wherever, and your car is yellow. Okay, so some people, when they drive in from the north and they hit that, they be like, oh, what is this stuff going around here? So not only is that in the air outside, that comes in your house, it comes in your car as well. So one thing that I want to share with you today, we're going to talk about the air purification system. Okay, and we talk about platinum, working with platinum, here at my studio here. I have most of my equipment, everything that I have here basically is that I cook with, the water, the air, and all that is systems that we use from platinum. Okay, and so what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about the air purification system. Something, a small box like this here that covers up to 3,500 square feet, in your house. It's small enough you can even put on your shelf, put in your bookshelf, and it is nothing like really big and bulky that you have to sit on the floor, and when you're backing around, you always got to move it around, or you got to put it in a spot where it's a good spot where it don't take up much space. This one don't take up much space, and as you see here in my studio, I have it sitting right here on my counter. Okay, and I can keep it running for 24/7. Okay, the great thing about this here system here is that it has not only one filter, not only two filters, not only three filters, but we got up to 5 to 6 filters. I think we got up to 6 filters here. We got up to 6 filters in here. Okay, and one thing that you can see, you can go to other different stores, other different places, and yes, you can get your air purification system as well. Okay, but when you look at it, most of them, they only have that first filter, or they have the charcoal filter. Okay, so I want to go through a few things here, a few features here of this little guy here, and how I love it so, especially when I'm in the house cooking. Okay, you're in the house cooking and you cooking with onions and all, it put off a fume. But once I turn on this here, we have 3 different settings, or we have also the remote. So if I want to turn this here on, I just use my remote, turn it right on. Okay, and we have also, if we want my fan to go up higher, right now it's on 3, and that's 4 right there, and it can go up to 4 stages of the filter in the air. Okay, and not only the air that it filters, I have that UV, right? We talk about the sun, okay, and how the sun kills off a lot of those different germs and bacteria and everything like that. So what I have here, I can turn on my little UV light. I don't know if you could see it or not. I could turn that UV light on, okay, and I can put it on a timer. So that little light, what that does, it'll start zapping all those different, when we talk about germs and bacteria and everything that's floating around in the air, what this does, that light is just kills it. okay, as it go through. So with this system here, it can kill up to 99.9% of your germs and bacteria flying in the air, and I will show you here how it does that, okay? And so not only that part with our UV light, okay, we turn off, and we have also that ozone, okay? So if you want to set this here overnight, let's say that if you're in a house with a smoker, okay, you're in a house with a smoker, whether he's smoking a pipe, whether he's smoking tobacco, or whether he's smoking that green, all right? And just like, okay, good, well, I'm gonna go in the back room, take care of this here, and nobody gonna know it. But you have this here on there, put your ozone on, and you let it just go. And within 20 minutes, man, that odor and everything just be out of your house. It just kills it, okay? So if you're in a house with a smoker, or you know somebody that like to smoke, okay, and you know that you want their health to be better, okay, and you telling them that, okay, you know, I would come over and stay more, but, you know, so now when you go over to stay, and when you go and visit, and you go and stay overnight, and you can take your very own small, compact air purification system, okay? Even in a hotel, you go to hotels, sometimes you get that smell of that room or whatnot, although it's a non-smoking room. But if the person next to you or next to you, I mean, you can smell stuff coming through the vents. So with this here, it's gonna help purify that air so you can have those healthy lungs and continue to breathe fresh air. So we're gonna go over a few features here that I love dearly. Is that not only the 6 filters, we want to talk about the remote. We got a remote so that we can adjust it if we all the way across the room, okay, and we want to adjust it or turn it off or turn it on. We can do that. We can turn on our ozone here. We can even set that ozone all the way up to from 30 minutes to 15 minutes to, and it's just cycled through. So like every 30 minutes, I want it to zap and go through, stay on for a little while and turn off. It will do that. So we can adjust all that by right here with our remote control. Okay, and this here is the awesome, great thing that, like I said, the ozone you can set up to, as I say, 1, 2, 3, 4 stages with the air and the ozone. We can set the ozone here. We got our power. We have our timer. We can set the timer. Even you can set this here where it can come on and stay on for about an hour, and it can turn off. Okay. Now let's go into another thing. Of course, you know you got your clock on here as well. So let's talk about the filters. Okay. So I'm going to turn this off right quick, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to change the filters in here. Now I've had this here on for now turn on for a couple of weeks here, and so let's try to see what kind of air or what the air looks like in here. Okay, so it's so easy. I can just take off the back, and the great thing about this, if you put your filters in wrong, okay, you put your filters in wrong, the system won't turn on. You know, so that's a great thing. Another great thing is that the filters, you can we have 2 great washable filters. What these filters does, it will catch the first filter. It catches all that. If you have this here in your house and you have cats or dust and all like that around, this here will catch it. Okay, you could take this filter and then you can take it and you could just rinse it off. Okay, just run on water and rinse that right off of there. That's your first filter. Okay, and what that does, it catches the big particles, you know, like your cat hair, your big dust balls, you know. Sometimes if it's going so fast and you got those mosquitoes that's flying around there, it might suck them right in there. Okay, and the great thing about these filters, that you don't have to worry about them going bad so quickly. You know, some air filters you can get and they said, okay, good, you got a good air filter, you pay all this money for it, but within 3 months, your filter is already bad, okay? And it says change filter. But you know what happens? You gotta call that company and you have to get your new filter. But when you look at the new filter and the price on the new filter, then you got your stuff, you say like, okay, if I'm gonna pay this much every 6 months for a new filter, I don't know if I want to do this or not. So next, okay, we have our charcoal filter. Like I said, mostly every air purification system has this charcoal filter, okay? And this here is supposed to be the second filter that would help block and catch all those different, help catch dirt particles and dust particles and all like that. So you got that one. So that gets through this here one, the other one catches it, okay? And it continues to filter the air. So as the air go through, we got our HEPA filter, our medical HEPA filter. So you may see these here in the hospitals. You see mostly in the hospital these here being used, okay? And you talking about killing bacteria. It goes through here for our bacteria and everything. So we got our HEPA filters. And these filters, even as you take these filters and use them, I think it's about time for me to change this here one. I've been having this system for about a year, but I have been cleaning my filters and taking it and cleaning it and going at it that way. So we have our, let's see here, what I got here. We have our 1, 2, 3, that's 3 filters, and 4, we have our other filter right here, and I just take that and vacuum it out, and I think I see a little something. No, well, that's just how it whole look in there, okay? And we take that filter there off. Now, our other 3 filters, when we talking about the UV and all like that, we have one here at the top. We want to help kill those germs and bacteria. We have the one at the top, and it's so easy to put in. You just take it out, you pull it out, and you just stick it right back in here, okay? And we have the 2 that we have on the sides, okay? So these filters right here, it's so, like I said, it's easy to put in and easy to take out, okay? So you have all your insert plate filters here, and then once we put in this, now we was talking about that light, okay? So if you look here, it won't turn on right now, because the filters are out and everything. But we got our lights in here. We can change all this here, the filters and all. You can buy it and everything. Getting back to the company, and it won't cost you an arm and a leg. Okay, I think if you just want to replace all these filters itself, I tell you that would be, I'm pretty sure, I have to look at that price under $100. I would say. Just changing all your filters, $75 or so. But we want to make sure, don't quote me on that price, but that is pretty much the price of what cost this here and getting these filters in here. So when you put it back together, you just go backwards, put it back the opposite way. That you took it all out, and it's real easy. You put it in here, and like I said, the air that it filterizes and catches and cleans, in your house as your door open and close, it could catch all that air and purify it. Now, when I put this here together, if it does not turn on, that means that I did not put it in there right, correct? Okay, so I'm about to find out here. Got that there. Just screw it right on there, real easy. Change the filter, take it out, get rid of it, and I should be able to hit the switch here. Okay, your on and off switch. I should be able to turn it on, and should be able to get some light. Let me see. There we go. There it is. Looks like the light is on, so therefore I have my filters in there correct. So then only thing I had to do is just turn it on. See? Now, the great thing about this here, we know that this here is spring. We know that this is the month of April. And we know that there's always some benefits that we can get for Platinum. They are so awesome with giving gifts and benefits and everything. And what makes us stand out from the rest is this. Hold on 1 minute. Hey, I'm back. I said 1 minute, but that was more like 1 second. Now the great thing about this here if you get one of these filters, you want to order one of these filters, not only will they give you a filter, knowing that how bad this air is, the air that we breathe, not only would they give you one for your house that you could have in your house, and I don't know no other company that does this here, okay? Not only for your house, they would give you an additional filter as a gift for their appreciation of saying thank you, for investing in one of their air filters, and they would give you a small additional filter for your car. You driving around in your car and you want to keep your air clean and fresh and zap your air, you have additional platinum filter for your car. Now, I know not only me, if you're in the South and you get in your car, although you ride with your windows up, your AC on, but I like to ride with my windows down, but you ride with your windows up and your AC is on, you can still get that pollen in your car. That pollen gets in through the vents, through the air vents, and all. You open the door, it's like, it's in your car. Okay, so with this here filter, this is your small air filter for your car. So you can put this here on your dashboard, you can put it on your seat, and you just put it in there and let this air, this will continue to circular, just go around in your car. Okay, just like you put it there right where your vents, okay, where your vent coming in, just put it in there and it'll continue to clean the air as you drive. So, what better company, I would say, that you know of that would give you a free car air filter and also home. Okay, when you get a home, you get the car one as well. So, I tell you, this month is an awesome month. And so this is something that we want to try to continue to talk about, the air we breathe in our homes. And I can give a whole lecture, I give you a whole class, a whole presentation on that. And so you can get that presentation by just contacting me. I can do it on Zoom. I can do it via Zoom with you. Or, we moved on up a little bit. Or what I call it, moved down. Moved up. I said that Google Meet. Okay, we can go on Google Meet, and I can give you a passcode, and we can talk about it. And then at the end, once you hear everything about this system, if it's something that you want, okay, if it seems like it's something that you want, then I can get it for you. Okay, I can get it for you for less than what you would pay with the company. Okay, and that's because, okay, it's all about our health benefits and what we do here. Okay, and I am an authorized platinum dealer. Okay, so if it's something that you want with them or from them or with it, just check me out. Okay, and if I'm not in doing any of my health and nutrition cook shows or in here teaching classes or whatnot, then I will get right back with you. So I can give you my information, or you could just look me up here for Habits for Healthy Lifestyle. And I got my office number here, would be 803-788-4906. That's 803-788-4906. And also my business cell is 912-320-4397. Call me up, Habits for Healthy Lifestyle. That's what we do. We do best, and we love to advertise for the companies that support us. Okay, and I tell you, Platinum, my number one, and I will be with them also for a while. But also, we have a few other great events coming up. If you see me out there at some of those health events, just stop by and just give me a holler, a high five, and just keep me up. Okay, so I got mine. Now you need to get yours. Call me up, and you too can get one of these. So now you get yours, and you just keep on believing in the new you. Deuce, peace out, and I'll catch you on the flip side. See ya.